Hi, Kate Pollan, your agent with Heart from right here, this beautiful place, Boulder, Colorado, the base of the Flatirons, the famous mountains that surround the city. And it doesn't matter if you're not a realtor in Colorado, because all the principles we talk about in this mastermind will apply to you anywhere globally and anybody in real estate, the industry in general. So who are we? We are a group of like-minded real estate professionals who like to start Monday, the week out, with positivity, prayer, and fun. And we stand on a premise, which is Mark 11:24. Jesus said, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe you have received it, and it will be yours." Belief. Help us in our unbelief, Lord. So we're going to go through Og Mandino's Greatest Salesman in the World. It is scroll marked 8. He says 10 times, "Today I will multiply my value 100-fold." A mulberry leaf touched with the genius of man becomes silk, clay, a castle, a cypress tree, a shrine, a cut of sheep's hair becomes remnant for a king. To have their value multiplied 100, yea, 1,000-fold by man, cannot I do the same with the clay which bears my name? I have a choice, and I will not let my life be fed to swine, nor will I let it be ground under the rocks of failure and despair, to be broken open and devoured by the will of others. Such powerful words. Like the wheat grain, which will sprout and blossom only if it is nurtured with rain and sun and warm winds, I too must nurture my body and mind to fulfill my dreams. I have the power to choose my destiny. How will I accomplish this? I will set goals for the day, the week, the month, the year, and my life. Consider my best performance of the past and multiply it 100-fold. If I stumble, I will rise, and my falls will not concern me, for all mankind must stumble often to reach the hearth. Today I will surpass every action which I performed yesterday or Friday. Winds will carry my voice to those who listen, and my words will announce my goals. I will commit not the terrible crime of aiming too low. I will do the work that a failure will not do, always let my reach exceed my grasp, never be content with my performance in the market. Always raise my goals as soon as they are attained. Always strive to make the next hour better than this one. Always announce my goals to the world. And never will I proclaim my accomplishments. Humility, be humble. One grain of wheat, when multiplied 100-fold, will produce 100 stalks. Multiply these 100-fold 10 times, and they will feed all the cities of the earth. Am I not more than a grain of wheat? Thank you, Og Mandino. Today I will multiply my value 100-fold. Okay, the power to change. I'll be offering my Cliff Notes view of this chapter as well as quotes from the author. I choose to learn and grow from a Christian worldview, and if that's not your bent in life, no problem. You are welcome here. All thoughts are welcome, and we believe that this mastermind works because we're all coming at things from a different angle, and we want to learn from each other. As we go through the study, consider the helpful suggestions offered by the authors, life-giving words that we can speak into not only our own lives, but the lives of other people. Grab paper and a journal if you don't have one. Craig Groeschel, he is an author and a local guy here in the Denver area. He's written a couple books and a Bible app, the YouVersion Bible app, which you can download if you want. Get the power to change. Are you frustrated by wanting to change some aspect of your life, business, but power weakens? Want to change but get spiritually, emotionally, physically, and mentally exhausted? Feel shame for not settling, for not getting what you're wanting? So the example he gave was trying to eat healthy, and by evening he would fail miserably and then feel horrible by the morning. The problem? The deficit of power. Isaiah 40:29, He, God, gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. In our introduction, Craig talks about mastering the habits that matter most, and like I said, shared his failing experience with that. Section 1, part 1, was called Who, Not Do, a dive into who we are and laying groundwork for making lasting change as it pertains to past, current, and future you in Jesus Christ. If you don't know who Jesus is, let me know. I'll introduce you to him. He's my BFF, and he'd love to be yours too. Section 2 is Section 2 is training, not trying. Goals, trying, not training, discipline get us where we want to be in 2024. Part 3, habits, not hope, is real change happens in completing habits. Make the habits simple, achievable, and basically behavioral autopilot born into creating these habits. Next, we get into this new section, 4.1, fanatical consistency. Consistency is the key. Starts and stops. Have you ever said, I'm going to start setting my alarm 30 minutes earlier each day? Or I'm going to stop performing non-income producing activities but never do. That's the premise of this book. Get a list of starts and stops and make 2024 your best year yet. Today's mastermind is all about consistency. Quote from the book: successful people do consistently what other people do occasionally. Leaders can't explain the reason for their success. And what have researchers concluded? They found that fanatical consistency leads to the success of the best, doing the same, usually small, right things over and over. It's not luck. What do successful people do consistently? We all know the answer: habits. The right strategic habits. As we've already established, success happens not by accident, but by habits. Going back to our exercise from last week, which was from chapter 3 or section 3.6, exercise 18. Here's a picture of your future. The goal, who you are becoming. Success is becoming more like Jesus. Going back to last week, we had the assignment to write down 2 types of goals. One was the type we're used to, which is I'm going to do this so that I can get a car, so that I can pay down my business expenses. That's one type of goals. And then the other was I want to start a new habit of insert becoming more like Jesus. Why? Because I'm becoming more like Jesus. And when I do that thing, those habits, I am more open to serving. I am more interested in learning about God's word. So fill in the blank. So did anybody explore these goals or try any of them or write anything down that they'd want to share?
Yeah, my big goal for 2024 is to take this to the next level, and so I've got them written down, and so the goal is to obviously build out my staff, start bringing on, I start my marketing campaign, which is in process, and really just try to take this to the next level, with the goal being to end up with a house in Winter Park, certainly by 2025, end of 2025. It'll probably take a couple of years, just given how much work is going to be involved here. So that was the one side of it. The other side was just I have been waking up earlier just to get my day started earlier. So I like right now I'm heading to volleyball, and that's a non-income producing activity. But at the same time, I started work at about 6:30 this morning, and so got a couple hours of work done before I do this. And so I've got to get stay on track. So that's what I'm doing these days.
Cool. Did you happen to come up with any spiritual goal that would help you to become more like Jesus? What he talks about in that chapter is, we have these earthly goals, and
yes, and the part of it is for me. I mean, reading the Bible every night before bed, and I make sure that I do every night, and so. That is part of it. But the other side of it is just, church was really powerful yesterday. And so part of being more like Jesus is being for me, it's being constantly aware of his presence and sharing his message. And so I've done a decent job with that over the last couple of years, but I think I could really advance that side of it. Talking about my spiritual goal is to really help more people understand, the power of Jesus and bring them to his word.
Right. Perhaps a challenge for you, Chris, might be starting a habit of inviting people to church.
Yes, absolutely. And I've been doing that, and I've had a couple of people who have done it, but you're right, it should be a much bigger goal. So like every week I have somebody new that I'm bringing.
Good. All right, Joel, I see you came unmuted. What did you want to add?
Let me grab my phone. Yeah, similar. I trained for 52 people this year, so one a week, and then I want to read through the Bible as well, every day to stay in the Word. With our church we go to, Life Group, I've joined the host team, so I'll start serving, where they need stuff before service, greeting people, whatever, just to get more involved. And it's funny because they said you get more involved to serve, but you actually gain the most benefits than serving other people, just being in the heart of the church and stuff. So those are kind of some spiritual goals that I'm kind of same with Chris.
Good for you. Way to step out in service.
Awesome.
And it's true. The things you can pour into others, we feel sorry for ourselves or whatever. And then the second you're starting to pour into other people, it's a game changer. So how about this? It was not luck. It was consistency. Some people occasionally put a little money into savings. Others consistently put a lot of money into savings. Consistently put a little money into savings. Then one day, the occasional people assume the consistent people are lucky that they have so much money set aside. No, it is not luck. It was consistency. Craig gives the example again of Daniel in the lion's den, that God granted him favor and used him in all kinds of extraordinary ways. Lucky? No. We were given a key insight into his life. Daniel prayed to God 3 times every day. we read that and think, well, I pray too. I mean, not always and not 3 times a day, and well, maybe not every day. We pray occasionally. Well, Daniel prayed consistently. So successful people do consistently what other people do occasionally. Have you ever heard about this? This is a principle called the 10,000 hour rule. I think we talked about this at some other juncture. People who are successful in their careers got there a little at a time. To become a master of something, to become a professional, this guy, Malcolm Gladwell, in 2008, a book called Outliers, this is story of success. He says the common thread of successful people is that they assert that the key to achieving true expertise in any skill is simply a master of practicing for at least 10,000 hours. So how do you do that? 10,000 hours broken down is 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 44 weeks a year for 5.5 years. You want things done right by a professional, right? So that's what we are. Craig talks about a wide receiver named Odell Beckham Jr. who had made unbelievable one-handed catches. Craig's a sporty dude, so we're talking about training here. And the reports came out that Beckham had practiced making one-handed catches every single day since he was in high school. Alan Stein Jr. spent 15 years working with some of the best athletes in the world. Stein met with Kobe Bryant at 4 a.m. Kobe Bryant was already totally sweaty and warmed up, and the interviewer said, well, why are you doing that? And he said, because I never ever get bored with the basics. Kobe Bryant was true to his basics, his habits. Gladwell says the common denominator with all the successful people he studied was that they fell in love with practice. Or we could say they fell in love with training. Who is this pertaining to all of us? We want to surround ourselves with people who are better than us. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. That's a proverb from the Bible, Proverbs 27:17. Get into coaching or align yourself with some organization who wants to help you get better in your real estate profession. And EXP is proud to announce the expansion of its luxury real estate program. EXP Luxury is into vibrant international markets across Europe, now including Portugal, Spain, France, Italy, Germany, and Greece. This strategic move further strengthens the company's global presence and underscores its commitment to delivering unparalleled excellence in global luxury real estate. There is a reason why 100,000 realtors have moved to EXP Realty in the last 5 years. If you want to learn more, talk to the person who showed you this video. Exercise 19, discipline is doing what needs to be done even if you don't want to do it. Here's today's exercise. Finish these 2 sentences. One thing I have done occasionally that I want to become fanatically consistent at doing is. One thing I have done occasionally that I want to become fanatically consistent at doing is. The other is, here's another sentence. I can begin or increase my efforts to put in my 10,000 hours by insert. I can begin or increase my efforts to put in my 10,000 hours by. What do you want to be an expert in this year? Start a habit that will get you there. Successful people do consistently what other people do occasionally. Principle 19. Here's a great proverb. Proverbs 13:11. Wealth from get-rich-quick schemes quickly disappears. Wealth from hard work grows over time. Love that. Get the power to change. 4.1, fanatical consistency. That ends our mastermind for today. Become a fanatic at your daily habits. Join us for the next 9 episodes as we unwrap the power to change. Whether you want to grow your business and sales in 2024, lose weight, get out of debt, invite people to church, get 1 new client per week, step-by-step strategies in this book will equip you to make the changes you long to make. Be the successful, growth-minded real estate professional that I know you are. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you, Kate. Hey, by the way, I wanted to add that I've read it. Actually, I still have that book, Outliers, by Malcolm Gladwell. It's a fabulous book. It really gets you in the right mindset to, obviously know what you need to do to exactly what we're talking about today.
Do you keep a stack of these important milestone books in your office, or where do you keep them?
Yeah, I've got a bookshelf with the core ones that I'm reading right now on my side desk next to my desk, and then in my closet I've got a bunch of books over the years that I've read that occasionally I'll pick one out and I'll read it. Haven't read that one in a number of years, so yeah, it's a one to pick up and go back over again.
Yeah. Cool. Well, any special prayer requests that I can carry for you?
Yeah.